Welcome to the ACT-IAC website video tutorial entitled Group Leader Guide to ACT-IAC Events and Group Meetings. During this tutorial, you will learn what the difference is between an ACT-IAC event and a group meeting and which one you should use under which circumstance. We'll discuss how to set up an ACT-IAC event, but more importantly, how you can set up a group meeting. I'll show you how a user registers for a meeting and how you can manage the group meeting. And finally, show you where the events and meetings appear on the website. First of all, let's talk about the difference between an ACT-IAC event and a group meeting. An ACT-IAC event is, as it sounds, an ACT-IAC organization-wide activity. Any paid activity must be created as an ACT-IAC event so we can collect payment and record the payments properly. In addition, many free activities, such as the communities of interest group meetings, which are the public meetings, and other activities that are to be available to all members and non-members, are ACT-IAC events. If in doubt, please consult with an ACT-IAC staff member. A group meeting is a meeting which is specific to the group. Only members of the group will have access to the meeting and be able to register for the meeting. Now, how do you know which one to use? Basic rule of thumb is if it's an activity, a meeting, event, whatever you want to call it, that is available to all members and non-members, then it should be created as an ACT-IAC event. If it is a local group member only meeting, then it will be created as a group meeting. For communities of interest, this is defined in the CONOPS, and you should consult with your ACT-IAC staff member to make sure you know which one you should be using. To set up an ACT-IAC event, you must consult with a staff member who is the only person who can actually establish the event and will manage the event. However, groups are set up within the group. The rest of this discussion will be talking about group meetings. I'm going to go to my standard development page. Okay. First of all, let's create a group meeting. Let's add a group meeting under the group content actions. We'll click on that. Only group administrators can create a meeting. So if you don't know whether you're a group administrator, check your group page. If you have the View, Edit Group tabs on top, you are a group administrator. So first of all, you need a group title. Please keep these titles short as they need to appear on the calendar and will be truncated if they're too long. And you will need a description. Description can be fairly sophisticated. We allow formatting, links, and embedded graphics. This future tutorial will describe how to use all these features. And I'll put it here. Need to select the date. We'll pick the 13th, just like the date. And I'm going to change this to AM. Meetings by default to 1 hour long. You can change that. If you wish to add an external URL for purposes of registering at another location, etc., feel free. More importantly is the group registration, the registration type. We have a group meeting, which means this is a meeting where they'll be able to register on our site. Disabling registrations will turn off the registration button. This is used if you don't want the meeting to be available to persons. You may have already had too many people sign up and you want to stop registration, or you're just not ready to accept registrations, or the registrations being conducted on another location, such as an ACT-IAC event, or perhaps an external site. I'm going to leave this at group meeting. I'll go venue information, complete as you see appropriate. Location, remote meeting location are the two areas. You can put your agenda, your minutes. If you have documents you want, you can add them to the list. I'm not going to put anything in there right now. This might be information you want users to have prior to the meeting. Finally, this reference. You can post this meeting in other groups. By default, it's going to be in the group you started with, which is in my case, website development work area. Simply click to post in other groups. Interests, pick an interest in persons who are identified on the profile that they are interested in these areas will receive notification of the meeting. If the meeting is in a public group or they belong to the private group in which the meeting was created. Let's save it. And scroll down, you see it's at the top of our list here. If I go to my upcoming meetings, it's also listed right here at the top. Next meeting, they're listed in order of the meetings here. And you can see I've got my add to calendar button, so I can add this meeting to my calendar. I've got a registration button. Want to register, just click on the registration button. I can pick the option I want. I'm going to say registered person, save my registration. Now I know I'm registered because I have the modified registration over here. If an agenda, minutes, etc., they are incorporated. And that is, you have now created a meeting. As you can see, because I'm a group administrator, I have additional options. I can edit the meeting, and I can manage registrations. Let's just start with manage registrations. Ah, there I am. I've signed up. So I can see who signed up. I have some additional settings. The important setting here is on the bottom, the from address. And I say that's important, is if you choose to send emails to registrants, this is email that will show it being from. I'm going to save that. We'll get back to manage registrations. And the email registrants. By selecting this option, you can create an email that will be sent to all the persons who have registered for this event. Only to persons who have registered, not to the ones who have not. Put subject in and create a body. You have tokens, which I won't get into at this time. So you create a message reminding them that there's a meeting coming up, or noting that you have posted some additional material, or perhaps just letting them know that the meeting's been canceled, or whatever. I'm going to go back to the group, and I'm going to conclude this by showing where these meetings show up. First of all, on the group page, there is a calendar. And if you go to the 13th, hover over it, you will see the group meeting. We are in the process of redesigning this calendar to be a little more useful, so please bear with us. You see the group meeting up here. It was recently posted. This list is in the order that items were updated. Clicking on the upcoming group meetings will list your group meetings in the order that the meetings occur. In addition, I'm going to my dashboard by clicking my ACT-IAC. I can get a calendar of ACT-IAC events in my group meetings. You will see I have a number of them in red. Group meetings are in red, events are in blue, and I go to the 13th, and there's a meeting, which by the way has a conflict with FITARA, but that's okay. Go back to my dashboard, down, and there's my event and meeting registration. This will give me a list of meetings and events that I've registered for. Yeah, there you are. You can see I've registered for this. I can see I've modified button. Anything without buttons are older meetings that I've attended in the past. So I can actually go in and say, oh, geez, I want to change my registration. Click on the registration. I said, I'm just going to attend remotely now. So I've just changed my registration. Okay. The final place where these appear is in the click on events, the upcoming events and group meetings. As you can see, I have over here, I can select group meetings. So I can see all my group meetings here. There you go. To the CX Summit, now it's on 13th, and there's our meeting right there. If I want to see more about it, click on the details, and I go in and register. Likewise, I click on the calendar and get the calendar here. Of course, to register for any of these, I can simply click on the calendar item, and I can get my meeting information. That concludes the discussion of ACT-IAC events and group meetings. If you have any questions, please contact us by clicking on the Contact Us at the top of the page, or speak to your ACT-IAC liaison. Thank you.